wait to get this one started. The Gators will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will start this game off. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Paulo.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And the ball's heading quickly to the line. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
And this was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
He's got an open man. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Tennessee. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Coming out with it, it's Abrams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Florida Gators offense will have its first possession of the game. These two dudes who both come off the edge can rack an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab on the back. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving. He just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Handoff to the single back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
Direct snap. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets it out for the first down. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods of history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around, but I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's...
Ball in the air, intercepted! Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown ball! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Gators sending the offense back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll go with a direct snap. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. So they're facing third and short from the 25. Snap it to the back. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
To the air, it's Lagway. He's got his man. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
To the air on first down. Makes his connection. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And good blocking and space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
He's looking to throw it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him, and he knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Throws to the wideout. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down.
I mean, some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
They're going to throw it again. He wants to take the top off. And the DB right with him to knock it away. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field.
Yeah, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up.
That's a pretty impressive throw, man. That's given me Peyton Manning to Peerless Price memories back when I was watching them, playing against them in college.
Oh, there's the ball. Oh, he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. Drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. They'll run it on the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And when you run the counter play, you're really hoping to bust that thing inside. You want to fake one direction, pull a guy, kick him out. But you can tell, great job by the defense making that thing low. Go a little bit outside now. Guess what?
It's Iamaleava. Throws for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. The Vols send out the punt unit. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the pass is picked off. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at the 19.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
It's complete to the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quarterback keeps it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Here on 2nd and short. To throw, it's Lagway. He'll pull it down and run. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the 1st down. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down. He's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Now the play fake. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup On fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. He got it. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Georgia is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett among the greats to play in Athens. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ole Miss. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Volunteers have pushed it inside the 20. Using his legs, it's Selden. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hand off from the shotgun. Hard running there. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's just pure speed off the line of scrimmage. That offensive tackle had no shot. Barely even got a hand on that D-end as he came around the outside.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
If I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunks.
A shot toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. This offense has a 2nd down play. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Grabs it in the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. The Gators are rolling down the field. He's going to pass. Caught on the outside, it's Hawkins. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Quarterback checking off. He's looking for an open man on second down. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs.
Get set, get set. Dino, Acorn. Pilot.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Got his man quickly. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, wants to throw it. Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards received.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator!
A nice job by this offense. Put the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to...
He lost one down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On second and 10, a full wideout set, trips right. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency.
He'll take the deep shot. And they say this is a game of inches, just a few more inches in the field of play, and it would have been a big gain. Instead, it's incomplete. Full wideout set, two on either side on second and 10. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hawkins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put point.
He's got it on the right. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, second half, we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also it is hard to create, sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. To the air, it's Iamaleava. And that ball is picked up. Looking for more room. The 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick six.
These guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might spell out wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
4 wideout set, 2 by 2 on 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job of taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Pressure coming. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Just enough time to get off one final play at the half. These corners going to give them some space. Going up top. Fires a bullet.
much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you've got to believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Vols will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good time.
Intercepted. You know he would have loved to have tacked on a big return to that pick, but they've got it in the red zone at the 15. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll give it to the back. Just ran over it. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo. Quarterback keeper. Touchdown ball! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. He'll try to do it himself.
He does a really good job being decisive, hitting downhill, being a great runner. Guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium. Everything in the playbook is open to me.
Correct snap. He'll make the stop at the 21 after a pickup of about 5.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate.
Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception for this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. They can't have any more turnovers.
A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, that's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back. Everything tells you pass. And then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
They'll throw it on first down. That's caught. It's Hawkins. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. He's now over 150 yards receiving. Might be worth noting that Taylor Jacobs holds the single-game record with 246.
Yeah, and when he's got speed on the outside, find him, bro. I mean, if those guys that are going to make plays, those are the guys I'm going to feature and continue to find, and so far, he hasn't disappointed. So if I'm Florida, I'm going to keep exploiting that matchup.
was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Quarterback will audible. The aerial assault continues. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, the defense holds.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up.
The ball's in the hurry up. Right back to the well. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Just to sort of put your defense on its heels if you can go to 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Scanning the field, it's Iamalayama. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is snowed under. The Volunteers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive.
Makes the grab on the right. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver. There's usually the receiver who makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Things working pretty well for this defense, out of the dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Yeah, get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job by the defensive line rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They move the tight end all over. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Ohio is currently ahead of this one inside a jam-packed Eden Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 6 over Toledo. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Throwing right. Oh, picked off. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for space. It's Selden. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find it.
And the quarterback goes knocked down back to the 13.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. And they'll get him on the ground at the 3-yard line. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play.
Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Florida. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? The quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster. He does a great job throwing the football out there and he does the rest with the catch and then striding into the end zone.
He's got it. Two-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
At this point in the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge one.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
I think if you're the head coach here, it's a bit of a mixed reaction to your passing attack so far in this game. You put up a bunch of yards throwing the football, you've lit up the scoreboard, but you've also given up 4 sacks. Pass protection has been a problem so far in this game.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next count. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the right. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn.
And that is his 5th interception. A nightmare. He is not waking up. They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but